Okay, good morning. So this lesson is all about string processing. It's building up our toolkit so that we can be confident handling data from a file. We need to read data from a file, process that data, and then use that data. So we're on CT27 today. We need to be able to split strings whenever they have any particular character, and we're going to focus on commas today, and then store them as records in a two-dimensional structure, so a 2D array, and we'll look at that this lesson. We need to work with text files. We need to understand what a \n means, and we're only reading from a text file at the moment. Later this half term we'll also do some writing. For now we just need to be able to read and strip off unnecessary white space. Yeah, I don't think that's particularly helpful, but this is helpful. If you have a string and the string contains lots of data, you can split that string into a list using the split function. So let's have a look at some examples of that. This is this week's challenge. You have to guess some stuff based on this file. This file is called a CSV file. It's actually just a text file, really. The only difference is it's like values separated by commas. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing all over again. You can watch the video if you want more detail of that. But the important thing is that you remember and you know, although you don't need to remember because you get that Python reference guide thing in the exam. You know how to open a file, menu.csv. You can save it. I'm just going to call it F. Well, it's a bad choice of identifier. It'd be better if it was called like menu file or something like that. You open it and you close it. Why do you close it? Because if you leave it open, then nobody else is able to open that file or write to that file, and your operating system is still using all of the memory for it. So you open it and you close it. But in between those, you need to read from it. That will get you a whole string. So what do we have in the example? Record. Here we go. Record equals. Then we can display that thing here. So this is the whole contents of the file. If you want to process it, it makes sense to be able to split it up. So here it's saying something.split with a comma. Well, first of all, this is on separate lines. So it would be helpful to split it with a \n, which means every time you have a new line. So here we go, we have a list so that we can access just the first one. And then maybe we can split that again every time we come across a comma. So this is really nasty code. We're putting far too much on one line. We get all of that, and this time we split it every time we get a comma. And we've now got a list so you can access each of these separately. So if you just want to get the last one, then you can just say -1 to go from the edge, and you've accessed each one separately. So the whole point of today's lesson is, can you split strings up when you get to a character and use list indexing to be able to access each item? Remember, 0 means the first item, 1 means the second, -2 means like the second from the end, etc., etc., etc. So start off just with your predict activities. You've got a string here. You don't have to load it from a file. You split it every time you get a comma. So my prediction here is that we're going to get a list containing each of these separately. We're going to have 12 in there. We're going to have Alice in there. We're going to have Avery and June and 1999. So that's my prediction. I would like you to try and write down a prediction before you run it, but you can copy and paste it and run it to test if you want to. Work your way through, and I'll give you some help when we get to section B. Is that the right one? There we go. Here we go. So for section B, it gives you a link to something on Create with Code, but I also want to guide you through how you can access this on Thonny or Moo, because remember, you can't use Create with Code in the final exam next year. I do think Thonny is better out of all of the three, and I'll show you some of the reasons why. But we'll start with the link on Create with Code. When you run it, not a lot happens. It just says waiting, and then nothing happens here. So it says, set a breakpoint, run the code under the debugger, and use a variable inspector to show the contents of each record. What on earth does that mean? I'll show you. Well, a breakpoint on line 11 is where you click in the gutter to get this red blob. And then when you run it, it runs it more slowly, but it runs it line by line and it shows you what all of the variables are. And then it will pause at that breakpoint. Alternatively, you can run it, instead of control enter, you can run it control full stop, just one line at a time. And sometimes that's easier to understand. We've just run line 2. We've got a variable called user data, which stores this data, and it's a string. Then we split it every time we have a comma, and it's now a list with each item separately. We've got another one, and we split it. We've got another one, and we split it. There we go. So that's what it means by a variable inspector. If you do this in Thonny or Moo, you'll have noticed I've reorganized things a little bit on the VLE. You can access the Python files. So we're on CT27, code snippets, activity student, this one just here. Let's open it up in Thonny. To get a breakpoint here, it's not just a single click, you've got to double click to get it. And then if you run it, it'll run in fast mode, run mode, and do the whole thing. To get to debugging mode, you just got to go run debug current script nicer, and then it will pause at your breakpoint. You might not see the list of variables on the right, so you have to go view and variables, and you can see them all on here. The reason why I think Thonny is so much better, and I think this is awesome, if you go away breakpoint, if we go run debug nicer, and then go away, stop. Where is it? I just want to run it, yeah, nicer, but I don't want to go all the way. I just want to get to this one. Run nicer, yeah, there we go. You've got these tools here. Step over is like control and dot in create.withcode.uk. You've also got step into and step out. I'm just going to show you what these do here. If you go step into, it kind of breaks down each part. So if I want to run just this line, Thonny lets me do it stage by stage rather than just line by line. What's the keyboard shortcut for that? Step into F7. Okay, so let's try F7. All right, we need to do user data.split. Well, what's user data, first of all? User data is that string. Awesome. So now we want to split it every time we have a comma. Right, let's do that. And then we've done that. So it's a really nice way of visualizing every step of the code. We need to set student data to that. Go on then, let's do that. Now we need to split it. What's student data? It's that. What's that? It's that. Now let's split it. Great, let's store that in student data. So if you're struggling to understand what code does, I think Thonny's debugging tools, where you step into each expression, are fantastic. And the variable watch list thing is really good for seeing what's stored in memory at every point. Okay, so you can use those debugging skills to guide you through section B and onwards, please. I don't mind if you do this in Create with Code. I'll put the links on here. Or if you do it in Moo or Thonny, it's up to you. Do make sure that you save and submit these at the end of the lesson. You probably won't have time to do all of it today. There's quite a lot there. But all the best. See how you get on.